Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Central Illinois Sports as we bring you game number 3 of night number 1 here from the 7th annual Beardstown Tiger Classic. It is the host school, Beardstown Tigers, taking on the JV squad for the Galesburg Silver Streaks, who have made the long trip here to Cass County. You are watching alongside here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show as we get ready for our nightcap here this evening. A nice little crowd filing in here for the home squad as they open their 2023-24 campaign on their home court. We'll tell you a little bit more about these teams and get you ready coming up here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Hannibal, Liberty, and more. Stop by for your next residential home or auto loan as they'll get you ready for all of your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Well, we see the Beardstown Tigers here tonight, the host squad opening up their campaign here on their home floor. 14-19 last year was this team, a 5th place finish at this tournament last year. This team suffers a couple of big leadership losses in the hands of Owen Quigley and some others. They had a lot of nice players that they graduated here. They do bring some guys back this season, some names that you probably have heard, including Elijah Thomas, along with Ryan Allhorn, the big senior inside. Christy Domitian, the very talented all-around athlete who is just an absolute force on the court, along with Ethan Heller, and the very talented guard is Isaac Brockschmidt, who we were very, very impressed with throughout the course of the season last year. When you look at this Beardstown squad, you see a team sometimes that when things were going really, really well, they went really well. Sometimes they did not go very well and things would start to evaporate quickly. I think that's what we'd like to see out of this Tigers squad tonight, is to start off well and really keep that pressure on. And then maybe through the week, as they get maybe some challenges here, we would like to see how they handle a little bit of that adversity as we watch them really kind of take a downward spiral here in the tournament, especially in that game against Southeastern last year where they were up by 17 points at one point and then ended up losing by double digits in the second half. For this Galesburg Silver Streak squad, not a lot to know about them. Of course, it's a JV squad. You never know what they're going to bring in. What we did see were some great three-point shooters last year, and, of course, a team that moves very, very quickly. We're looking through this roster trying to see if we remember any of these names from last year. We do remember Keegan Crummer. We do remember Demetrius Watson and a couple of others here. But there's also some new faces and names on this that we just don't quite know yet for Coach Mark Harden, whose team makes a very long ride here from Galesburg down to Cass County. We remind you tomorrow night we'll be back for 3 more contests. Kicking off at 5 o'clock, it'll be the Hartsburg-Emden Stags taking on the Rushville Industry Rockets. Brown County will take on this Galesburg sophomore squad at 6:30, and then West Central will open up against Menden Unity in the season opener for the Mustangs in the nightcap at 8 o'clock. Jack, John, and Charlie are at Pittsfield all week. Their second game underway from Voschel Gymnasium. Damon Emmerich will have the opener for the Griggsville Perry Tornadoes coming up on Friday as they open their season against Pawnee. That will be an estimated 4:30 tip for the varsity contest. While we will come back here for 3 games at Beardstown and 2 more at Pittsfield, we will wrap up the week here on 4 games Saturday from Beardstown. Jack Hull, Bob Ray, and company will be at the field at Illinois State University as the Camp Point Central Panthers will chase a very much wanted state championship. They will have to overcome the likes of Lena Winslow to do it, but if anyone can do it, folks, it's going to be that Camp Point Panther squad you've seen this season. We're going to step aside here for a couple of minute break. When we come back, it'll be starting lineups and more. It's Beardstown taking on the JV Silver Streaks from Galesburg. You're back in 2 minutes on Central Illinois Sports.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at No. 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Hey, grab me one too.
Wraps things up for the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. If you're in the market for a new home loan, talk to the guys at Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Check out that online tool at Great Rivers Bank. We're getting you ready for basketball here tonight. Let's get you ready for the starting lineups brought to you by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. Starting lineup for the Galesburg Silver Streaks is going to be number 3, the sophomore Keegan Crummer, along with number 11, a sophomore Toby Kibunina. Also on the starting lineup tonight, here's a sophomore, number 20, Demetrius Watson, along with number 32, Rakeem McClellan, and number 42, Jackson Wyatt. Those will be the 5 starters here tonight for Mark Hardin's JV squad from Galesburg. And now starting 5 over on the opposite side here for the Beardstown Tigers as we will see their pregame presentation here this evening. Getting to utilize their very large video board here that has some animation and some player video on it as well. Eric Anderson, the coach here at Beardstown.
And now the starting lineup for your Beardstown Tigers.
And we'll see who the Beardstown starters are here this evening.
A senior, number 1, Elijah Thomas.
And one guard, it's going to be the senior, number 1, Elijah Thomas.
Senior,
also on the roster here, number 2, Exase Muamba, the senior, steps into the starting role here this year. Exase Muamba. Number 11 is the talented point guard, the senior Isaac Brockschmidt, along with number 21. That is the big man in the middle, number 21, Ryan Allhorn. And rounding out the starting 5 will be, of course, the all-around senior, number 24, Christy Demishin. So it's going to be Brockschmidt, Mulumba, Thomas, Alhorn, and Christy Demishin. Ready to rock and roll here, Brian Shoemaker alongside with Mr. Jared French and Gavin Hilgenbrink running the 1s and 2s on the camera tonight. We are ready for high school basketball here from the Beardstown Tiger Classic. A nice little student section here supporting on their Tigers here tonight. Not that many from the Galesburg squad, but hey, it's a long ride and it's a Monday night. And also the Eagles and the Chiefs are playing. That might be one to keep an eye on. We're underway here from Beardstown. It's going to be Brockschmidt with the basketball. Moves around to the left side here. Tries to get it back up to Elijah Thomas at the free throw line. Back on the right side, this is Christy Domitian. Back now to Malumba. Zusei Malumba. Down into Domitian. High off the glass, no good. Malumba comes flying in for the rebound. It's no good. Here comes Galesburg. This is Kit Vunina. Jumper no good. That came down from the hands of Jackson Wyatt. It's going to be a rebound for Galesburg now, as Crummer's going to try and get things reset here for the Streaks. Rakeem McClellan, we do remember him from last year. That young man has put on some weight and really looks sharp. It's going to be a quick foul here on Beardstown, and that foul is going to go against Exase Muamba, his first, team first here tonight. And it'll be Silver Streaks basketball out in front of their own bench. Crummer will be the inbounds man. Tries to get it into Wyatt. Instead, it's going to go to McClellan. McClellan with it on the left wing, takes a dribble. That's not his place to be out there. Now they get it back into the big guy. Kicks it out. Now Crummer. 3-ball from the corner. No good. Rebound comes to the fight. It's McClellan. He gets a rebound. Fakes out Alhorn. Goes up off the glass and no good. But he'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Free throws coming here for Galesburg early. Foul's going to be on number 2. Exase Mulamba, his first, team second. McClellan be at the line here, as now Malumba has picked up 2 early fouls for Beardstown. McClellan at the free throw line. First one's up, rose out, and no good. Checking in for Beardstown is going to be Chris Chiklizo. Chiklizo, we're saying that right, Jared? Chiklizo, thank you, because it is not spelled like that. Chris Cheklizo checks in, number 34. Second free throw from McClellan is up and no good. Domitian comes down with the rebound and quickly gets it out to Brockschmidt. Just underway, a minute down here in the opening quarter of the nightcap here tonight at Beardstown. Brockschmidt flew in, didn't get any call on the contact. Instead, it's a fight for the loose ball, and it comes down into the hands of Crummer. He gets by Domitian, and now gets a little pressure from Christie here on the backcourt. They kick it down into the corner. 3-ball on the way from Demetrius. Watson goes high off the backboard. No good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Kivunina. He can't get it. Here comes Domitian. Domitian tries to throw it out to Elijah Thomas in the corner. Now back up to Brockschmidt. Brockschmidt with the basketball on the left wing. Now they're overloaded as the Tiger offense on the left side. They'll pick it back up and reset. Domitian now with the basketball. Gets it into Alhorn at the free throw line. Back out. Chiquizo. Did I just say that right? Chiquizo. We'll have to keep saying it to get it right here tonight. It's going to be a foul against Galesburg. Foul is going to go against Keegan Crummer. That's going to be his first personal, team first against the Silver Streaks here tonight. And Brockschmidt will be the inbound man. They get it to Domitian in the corner. Now down to Alhorn. Alhorn bodies up front way. Can't get anything there in the post. Kicks it out. Brockschmidt's 3 in and good. Brockschmidt with a 3 to kick things off for the first basket here tonight. 5:50 left to go in the opening quarter. Now they get it back down to Galesburg. It's Kivunina. Whips it back around. It's a little bit broken up there by Elijah Thomas. Gets it to Brockschmidt in transition. Spin move from Brockschmidt up and in. Thomas gets the steal. Brockschmidt gets the bucket. And it's going to be a, what do we got here? I think they're just making sure that Galesburg properly inbounded the basketball, as they may have tried to just run it out of the basket. Full court pressure here coming from the Tigers. Crummer with the basketball. They need to work it across the timeline. He'll drive past Brockschmidt, and they do, and it's going to be a foul on Beardstown. Foul will go against Brockschmidt. That's going to be his first personal. Team number 3. The Beardstown press was something that we saw work very well in some instances last year, and quite frankly, not so well in others. But we'll see how this new core is able to make things happen in the full court press, and that's going to work well, as that's a steal and a layup for Elijah Thomas, and it's a quick timeout here for the Silver Streaks. Beardstown opens up on a 7-0 run with 5:14 left to go. We'll take the full timeout.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Beardstown opens on a 7-0 run to start things off here in the opening night of the Beardstown Tiger Classic. Mark Harden talking to his squad, using every second of that minute timeout that they take here as they try to find their footing here on the Beardstown floor. It'll be Silver Streaks basketball as we come out of the timeout break, as the inbounds man will be Tovi Kivunina. Full court pressure again here from Beardstown as they're allowing them to get the basketball into Crummer in the corner, and they'll try and pressure him in. With the basketball now is Demetrius Watson. Silver Streaks trying to get it back across the timeline here. They'll have to push now. They try throwing it into the middle. That gets broken up and stolen by Brockschmidt. Brockschmidt picks it up in the middle of the lane out to Christy Demetian. He's got nothing there as Crummer guards him. Now Demetian drives in and he'll get a foul as McClellan tried to go up and challenge. The foul will go against McClellan. That's going to be his first personal foul against Rakeem McClellan. Second of the quarter here against Galesburg. Christy Demetian will be the man at the free throw line. The talented all-around athlete here. Talented Demetian brothers that have been here plaguing football defenses and basketball defenses for quite a while. Now checking in for Beardstown is going to be number 4. That's
Gavin Epping.
Gavin Epping, thank you. Second free throw is up and no good. When the rosters aren't number ordered, Jared, it makes it a little tougher. Watson gets the basketball now down here for Galesburg. Gets double teamed. He tries to throw it into McClellan in the paint. Now they quickly work it back around. This is Crummer. Takes a dribble, has to toss it up and over. That goes to Kivunina. His drive no good. They whip the basketball back around. Now back up to the man in the middle. Free throw jumper is no good for Jackson Wyatt. And now Demetian comes down with the loose ball rebound. 4:26 left to go here at 7-0. Beardstown in the early going as Elijah Thomas knocks down a triple. Three-pointer makes it a 10-0 ball game. And Galesburg is quickly trying to find some answers against this full court press. Galesburg will work the basketball against the time stripe. Demetian right there to meet him as they get it to Crummer. Back to Wyatt at the free throw line. He quickly kicks it back out. Demetrius Watson three ball is no good. And now that rebound comes down into the hands of Epping. Brockschmidt will bring it up here for Beardstown. Quickly moves it in. Epping tries to get it in, but the long hands of McClellan able to break it up, and now it gets a turnover on Beardstown. It's a Galesburg basketball. Kivunina with the basketball. Gets tipped away from Demetian, and now is stolen by Brockschmidt. Turnover on Galesburg. Here comes Brockschmidt up off the glass and no good. And Wyatt comes down with a loose ball, tips it away into the hands of Keegan Crummer. Galesburg will come away with that one unscathed. With the basketball, throws it all the way down to Demetrius Watson. He'll cross the time stripe with 3:23 left to go in the opening frame. Drives down baseline now, gets it into McClellan. He'll get double teamed, and it's a foul on the floor against Beardstown. The foul will go against number 24 for Beardstown. That's Christy Demetian. His first personal foul. Team number 4 here early on against Beardstown. Checking in for the Silver Streaks is a sophomore, number 15, Sean Taylor. 3:18 left to go here as Wyatt will inbound the basketball, gets it up to Watson. Quick three ball on the way from Galesburg, no good. Wyatt gets the quick rebound. He gets it up and rolls around and in. Galesburg is on the board on a rebound and a basket from Jackson Wyatt. It's a 10-2 basketball game here. Elijah Thomas now to Brockschmidt. Thought about the three, drives around through Wyatt into triple coverage, gets it out to Demetian. Back up three ball, nothing there. Off the hands of, say it again for me, Chris.
Chaklizo.
Chaklizo. We're going to write it down phonetically for tomorrow. Chaklizo. And it's going to be a traveling violation as Crummer got a little too quick there for his own good. Alhorn is going to check back in here for Beardstown as Domitian will take a quick seat. 2:47 left to go here in the opening quarter. The 7th annual Beardstown Tiger Classic, as we are so very happily opening night 1 of the new boys basketball season here in Illinois. We will be covering several games for you all the way from night 1 all the way through the Super Sectional at Jacksonville here on Central Illinois Sports. Alhorn with the basketball at the right elbow. Kicks it back out now to Thomas. He has to scramble to pick it back up on the hasted pass. Brock Schmidt, nice little jumper, up and good. That is a pretty shot from Isaac Brockschmidt. With the basketball now is Crummer. He drives into the free throw, drops it down. McClellan, he can't get the hold on it, and it'll go out of bounds. It's a turnover against the Silver Streaks. 2:12 left to go here in the opening frame, as now you're going to see some substitutions for the Tiger lineup. That's going to be number 5, Jordan Conda, junior guard. Kazlakio. Did I say it right that time? Close enough. How do I say it right? Make sure I say it correctly. As Brock Schmidt's jumper goes up and no good. This is what you got to be here for, Jared, to help me out. Traveling violation as Crummer gets the basketball caught up in the corner. It'll be a Beardstown basketball under their own basket. Brock Schmidt will be the inbounds man with 1:58 left to go here in the opening period. They get it in now to Thomas. He'll take a few dribbles over on the left side. Back over to Conda. This is Epping. Now they get the basketball into Alhorn at the elbow. Thomas, 3-ball on the way. Off the side of the iron, no good. That's going to go off the hands of Demetrius Watson and out, and will still remain Tiger basketball.
Checking in number 23, Darnell Curtis.
Darnell Curtis checks in for the Silver Streak squad. Number 23 on the far side of your screen. And here we go for the Tigers. Alhorn wanted the basketball, doesn't get it there. Instead, they give it to Conda, back up to Thomas. To Alhorn, Beardstown with some nice ball movement here against the Silver Streak squad. 3-ball on the way from Brockschmidt is no good. Hands from Watson able to secure the basketball for Galesburg, excuse me. 1:28 left to go. It's a 10-point lead here for Beardstown as they flew open to a quick lead, and offense has kind of slowed down on both sides. It'll go out of bounds off the Silver Streaks as Watson tried to keep it in bounds for Galesburg, but to no luck. Checking in for Galesburg is Kivunia.
Number 11, Kobe
Kivunia is what we're saying. Kivunia. We'll take that as Christy Domitian checks back in as well. Kivunia. Toby Kivunia for Galesburg, along with Domitian checking in for Beardstown. It's Tiger basketball here as they whip it around to the perimeter. Conda with it. Now gets it over to Brockschmidt. Overloaded again on the left side for Beardstown. Domitian with it at the left elbow. Kicks it now back out to Thomas. He'll fire up another 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Conda comes down with the rebound. Less than a minute to go here in the opening frame. Brockschmidt with the basketball. Dribbles around the right side. He's guarded out now by Kivunia. 3-ball on the way from Christy Domitian. Off the glass and no good. Brockschmidt will come up with a loose ball rebound. He fires it up off the back of the glass, no good. Watson gets his hands on it for the Streaks. Oh, and it's going to get caught underneath there as Elijah Thomas will help up Kivunia. Elijah went for the steal, just kind of got caught up and under him. Oh, they're going to say that's a travel, I guess. Okay, we'll call it a travel instead. I thought it was going to be a loose ball foul, but they say no. They get to Alhorn in the corner. 33 seconds left to go. This is Domitian. Drives in, takes the dribble, picks it up, now zips it across the lane to Thomas. Thomas 3 balls off the front of the iron, no good. Alhorn gets the rebound. He can't finish. And then the third tip try from Domitian, no good either. But the pressure from Beardstown proving just to be a little too much for this JV squad from Silver Streaks land. And Kivunia is going to lose the ball out of bounds. 19 seconds left to go. Marquise Horn is going to check, or excuse me, that's McClellan checking back in. Wyatt will check out. 20 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter as Conda gets it. Brockschmidt will get it back out way back in the backcourt, and the Tigers will reset for 1. Galesburg will get the basketball to begin the second quarter. Brockschmidt tries to throw it into Alhorn. Alhorn gets it up. It gets flipped around. Loose ball. Brockschmidt goes up with it. He can't finish, and that's the end of the first quarter. It's Galesburg 2, Beardstown, 10 points better with 12. We're back in 1 minute with second quarter action.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Beardstown leads Galesburg 12-2 after 1 quarter of play here in the nightcap. Jared French has all your shooting statistics from the first 8 minutes.
Galesburg was 1 for 7 from the floor and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Beardstown was 5 for 19 and 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
It'll be Silver Streaks basketball to begin the second frame here. On the floor for Galesburg, Kavunia, Watson, Taylor, McClellan, and Curtis. Conda, Brockschmidt, Thomas, Alhorn, and Demetian, the 5 on the floor to start the second quarter here for Beardstown. Watson with the basketball, drives baseline, nothing there. He's got to get it out to Taylor. He is pressured in the corner by Elijah Thomas. Streaks will lose the basketball, but they say that's going to be a foul on Conda instead. For Conda, that'll be his first personal foul. Team first of the quarter here for Beardstown. As we remind you, and we will remind you all week long as we get used to this new rule, team fouls reset at the end of each quarter. At 5 team fouls in the quarter, we'll shoot 2 free throws. There are no more 1-and-1s in junior high or high school basketball here in Illinois. It's going to be a step out of bounds as Watson got his feet on the end line. Turnover for the Streaks as Mark Harden just kind of shakes his head in frustration. First 30 seconds gone here in the second quarter. Brockschmidt will cross the timeline, tries to get the ball down to Thomas in the corner, tries to hand it off to Brockschmidt. They lose it just a hair. Alhorn with the basketball. He'll get it tipped away, and it's a steal from McClellan. McClellan picks it up. 3 ball from Crummer is a fake and nothing there. And now here comes Watson's 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Gets his own rebound on the chase, and it gets swatted away by Conda. With 7:11 to go, it'll be Galesburg basketball underneath their own hoop. Checking in here for the Tigers will be Malumba checking back in. Jackson Wyatt will check back in for Galesburg. Darnell Curtis will be the inbounds man here for Galesburg. They get it to the big man in McClellan. He goes up on the nice fade. Raheem McClellan knocks it down for 2. It's a 12-4 basketball game with 7 minutes left to go here in the second. Brockschmidt pushes the tempo here for Beardstown. Thomas will fire up a 3. Another 3 for Elijah Thomas. Leave Elijah Thomas open, and he's going to knock it down. 15-4. Brockschmidt trying to get the pressure in the steal. He'll throw it away, and now Malumba gets it on the loose ball, and it's going to be a quick 2 on the steal from Brockschmidt and the deuce for Malumba. And now Malumba is going to foul there as he gets a little too much body contact trying to stop the Streaks in their tracks.
Foul is called on number 2, Exlase Malumba, his third, team second.
It's Malumba's third already, team second to the quarter.
For the Tigers, number 35, Ethan Heller.
Heller will check in. Ethan Heller, I believe he was the tight end on the football squad for that Tiger team. Galesburg will try and get the basketball up the court against this Beardstown pressure. They won't get it done there as Thomas gets the steal. And now it's Conda. Conda kicks it back out to Brockschmidt, but it gets tipped away from Darnell Curtis. Demetrius Watson will check back in here for Galesburg, as Brockschmidt will be the inbounds man on the far side here of Beardstown's home gym. 6:25 as we're going to start to see some more substitutions coming in here for the Galesburg team. And we'll see what Beardstown has here up their sleeve for this inbounds play. It's Thomas with the basketball, now gets it to Demetian on the left side. Demetian will pull the basketball back, guarded by Raheem McClellan. This is Conda. Conda against Curtis. Step back 3 off the back of the iron is no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Keegan Crummer. He'll push the tempo here for Galesburg as Brockschmidt really trying to shut him down on the lanes. Darnell Curtis drives into double traffic. He'll get fouled on the floor. It'll be a Streaks ball out of bounds, and we'll see who they give this one to for Beardstown. 35 is going to be the call. That's going to be Ethan Heller. He'll pick up his first personal foul.
Heller checking in for Galesburg, number 1, Gabe Irizarry.
Gabe Irizarry checks in for the Silver Streaks. Wearing the number 1 jersey with the black T-shirts underneath are the Streaks. They kick it back out now to Irizarry. He fires up a 3 right off of coming in. Can't get the ball. Wyatt tries to fight for it. Instead, Conda grabs the basketball. And here come the Tigers. Brockschmidt with the basketball, guarded out by Crummer past the three-point line. 5:46 left to go here in the second quarter. This is Heller. Between the dribble legs, nothing now as he gives it to Thomas. He's thinking about it because he's knocked down a few before. A nice entry pass into Domitian. Now back out to Conda. Conda for 3 from the corner, no good. Gets picked up now from Christy Domitian. He'll fire up a 3. Domitian's shot no good, goes back into the hands of Darnell Curtis, and here comes Galesburg. They push it down now as Zari gets stolen away, and now gets it quickly down to Thomas. Elijah Thomas with the up and under swooping layup. 19-4 Beardstown lead here as they quickly picked up 7 points. Foul in the backcourt here against Beardstown. That's going to be their 5th already of the quarter. Galesburg will be in the bonus situation for the rest of the quarter. Christy Domitian will pick up the foul. That's going to be his second personal. So it's going to be Alhorn and Epping. That should be 5. Maybe it's not. Maybe we counted wrong. Guess we counted wrong because it's 4. Sometimes we're just not that quick, folks. Curtis with the basketball, drives into the lane, triple traffic, tries to give it off to McClellan, no good, gets stolen away. Here comes Beardstown as Brockschmidt's got the basketball. He'll go up, gets blocked by McClellan as McClellan got up in the air against Brockschmidt. This is Heller in the corner, guarded by Darnell Curtis. He's got to get rid of the ball as he picks up his dribble. Into Alhorn in the post, bodies up against Wyatt, up off the back of the iron is no good, and now as Zari picks it up. Now that's going to be the 5th foul. 4:41 left here in the quarter. Galesburg is going to be shooting free throws for the remainder of the quarter. It's a foul on Epping, his first personal foul of the night. And now Nate Irizarry, Gabe Irizarry at the free throw line here for Galesburg as the front one misses.
Checking in for the Tigers, number 34, Chris
Checlizo checks back in. Checlizo and Domitian check back in. Checlizo. We've got it right. We've got it wrote down how we're going to get it right here. So Irizarry up for the second of his 2 free throws. Galesburg trails 19-4 here with 4:41 left. Get the second one good, make it 19-5. With the basketball is Thomas now as Galesburg tries to extend their pressure. He'll take it down to the right side, gives it now to Checlizo. Checlizo loses the basketball. Coming up with Jackson Wyatt. He'll get the basketball to Crummer. Here comes the Streaks attack. Irizarry drives baseline. Nothing there as Checlizo tried to take the charge. He doesn't get any call. It'll go out of bounds and remain Galesburg basketball. Subs coming back in here for the Silver Streaks. It's Cuvina.
Number 11, Toby
Cuvina along with Demetrius Watson check back in. Irizarry and Curtis take a seat for the Streaks. Wyatt is the inbounds man. Gets it out to Crummer. 2 big guys in here for Galesburg. You'd like to see if the Silver Streaks can work the ball inside. Instead, Wyatt will take the 3 and he'll knock it down. Jackson Wyatt with a 3. Much needed basket here for Galesburg. It's a 19-8 lead, and now it's a steal from Crummer. Crummer now gets the ball to Cuvina. We'll get it right there. They're here all week, folks. We'll get them right. Toby Cuvina with the basketball. Drives into the lane, spins around the free throw line, stumbles over his feet, and now they say that's going to be a travel call. Turnover on the Streaks. With 3:48 left to go here as Darnell Curtis will check back into the basketball game.
Checking in for Galesburg, number 23, Darnell Curtis.
Full court pressure coming here from Galesburg as they try to challenge this Beardstown offense a little bit as Domitian will be the inbounds man. Tosses it way down the line to Alhorn. Alhorn will try to find his guards, and he does in Domitian. Domitian drives in, bellies it up, throws it to Thomas. Thomas didn't expect it coming, and it'll go back past his hands and out of bounds. All of these scoreboards, Jared, that have bonus and double bonus, now defunct equipment in 2023, as there's no such thing anymore. Basketball goes into McClellan. Back up to Demetrius Watson. Barely grazes the rim on that one, and Domitian will fight down for the loose ball rebound. Here he comes, tosses it up to Elijah Thomas, gets fouled by McClellan hard. And Thomas will make his way to the free throw line after the foul from Raheem McClellan. That'll be the first foul of the quarter against Galesburg.
His first, team first.
As Elijah Thomas will step to the line. 10 points on the night already for Elijah Thomas. Once again, we'll be back here tomorrow evening with 3 games for you. Starting at 5 o'clock, we'll be on the air sometime just around 4:45. Checking in here for Beardstown is number 42. We do not have him on the roster, but you'll probably know who he is, Jared. Number 42. We'll get his name here later on. Or Riddle is all we heard. Last name of Riddle. But we do not have him here on the normal roster that was provided in the program. But that's why we're here all week.
42 is 23.
42 is 23. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Tanner Riddle is 23 on the book, 42 in your hearts and on the floor. Brockschmidt with the basketball. Dribbles around now around Crummer. Drives baseline. Brockschmidt goes up into triple traffic. Nothing there. The rebound comes into the lines of Chiclizo.
Chris Chiclizo.
Chiclizo gets 2. It's a 21-8 lead. Galesburg. Wyatt can't get the basketball. Watson up with the rebound. The rebound in the basket for Demetrius Watson. It's a 21-10, basketball game. Brockschmidt with the basketball, hesitates, dribbles, tries to drive, nothing there. Now he goes on the left side. Thought about the jumper. Picks it back out to Thomas. Wide open was Elijah Thomas. And now Chiclizo comes down with the basketball, and it's going to be a tie-up and a loose ball and a jump ball. Possession remains with the Tigers here with 2:23 to go. Brockschmidt will be the inbound man. Whoa, Beardstown just had Conda run on the floor. And they say you need to check in properly. And they say you need to do it before we blow you in. So Conda will come in, Chiclizo will check out. It's the first night for everybody, folks. Brockschmidt will be the inbounds man. On the 1-4 set here from Beardstown, they get it to Conda. Kicks it back up to Tanner Riddell. Gets stolen away from Crummer, and now Keegan Crummer will be fouled. And Crummer's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Number 1, Elijah Thomas, his first.
Elijah Thomas picks up the foul. It's his first personal foul. Bonus shots coming here for the Streaks. First time tonight, Jared, that we've really seen teams get into the bonus here with any time. We have not shot a lot of free throws tonight here in any of the 3 games so far. But it'll be the sophomore Keegan Crummer at the line. We saw this young man last year get a lot of minutes in this tournament as a freshman. First one will go up and good, make it a 21-11 contest. Jack Pickrell checks in. Jack Pickrell, number 30, checks in here for Galesburg. The Galesburg Silver Streaks. Gray jerseys, black t-shirts, and numbers underneath, along with what appears to be a little bit of a silvery yellowish hue of arrows down the stripes, down the sides of their jerseys. With the basketball now is Conda, goes into double traffic, gets tied up from Curtis, and they said that'll be a jump ball. Alternating possession is going to go the way of Galesburg. So nice job by Darnell Curtis to get the tie-up, as Galesburg has started to pick some things up here in the second quarter. And now you're going to see Ebbing come back into the basketball game for Beardstown, and Riddle will take a seat. Curtis will try to bring the ball up against this Beardstown full court press. Gets it off to Crummer. And now here comes the double team trap from Beardstown. He'll try to spin around. He's got to get rid of it. Finds his way into Demetrius Watson. 1:50 left to go here in the half. Back to Crummer. Baseline drive. Crummer goes up against Domitian. And Domitian says, not here. You're not going to get the easy layup tonight at Beardstown. That's going to be Domitian's third foul. Alhorn is going to check into the basketball game after the first free throw as Crummer found out what the Domitian boys are like physically, and the answer is they're a lot. So it'll be Keegan Crummer here at the free throw line. First one rolls around the rim and off the front of the iron is no good. Jackson Wyatt checks back in along with Alhorn. Raheem McClellan will sit down for Galesburg along with Domitian for Beardstown. Crummer back at the line for one more. 1:45 left here, and we'll wrap up the first half for you on the Little Jets Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Second shot up on the way from Crummer. That was not sure. Why was that? Did we have a lane violation? Okay, we must have had a lane violation because it was definitely a 2-point layup attempt, and now we're shooting three. So the third try is good, make it a 21-12 basketball game. And here comes Beardstown. Brockschmidt will bring the basketball up against Demetrius Watson. Beats him on the left side, pulls back now, back to the big Tiger paw. Alhorn on the left elbow, out to Elijah Thomas. Elijah Thomas, nice entry pass into Alhorn on the jump pass. Alhorn will get fouled. Now it's going to be shots coming for Beardstown. Just the second foul of the quarter here against Galesburg. Demetrius Watson picks up his first personal foul. It's Alhorn, Rylan Alhorn, at the stripe here for Beardstown. No points yet on the evening for the tall, lanky, number 21, one of the seniors on this squad. Rylan Alhorn lines up for the second one. Shots up. Off the back of the iron, both no good. Fight for the rebound comes down into the hands of the Silver Streaks and Demetrius Watson. Gets caught in the double team, has to pack it down to Wyatt. Wyatt, three ball on the way. Jackson Wyatt knocks it down as a triple. Two triples on the half here for Jackson Wyatt. It's a 21-15 basketball game. Brockschmidt drives down, kind of slips there on the floor. Able to keep the dribble. The talented Brockschmidt able to hold on that play. Now they get into Thomas on the give and go. Off the iron, no good. Here comes Conda fighting down for the rebound, and they say it's going to be a timeout as Eric Anderson wants to talk things over. Beardstown leads 21-15. We'll take the quick timeout and be right back here in 1 minute on Central Illinois Sports.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now. It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Back with you live here at Beardstown for night number one of the 7th annual Beardstown Tiger Classic. As Eric Anderson wants to talk some things over here. It was a 12-2 early lead for Beardstown as they were able to really establish their full court press. Things have slowed down quite a bit here for the Tiger offense, and now Galesburg is starting to knock down a couple of shots and cause a couple of turnovers and start to get scrappy here. It's a 21-15 contest with just under a minute left in the half. It'll be Beardstown basketball as we come out of the break. And now they're checking out what appears to be some perspiration here on the floor, we believe. Or they're looking up at the ceiling. Peeking up at the ceiling. We never really saw anyone fall there. Brockschmidt kind of slipped, but that was a few feet ahead, but that might have been the spot that it happened at. So they're going to see if they can wipe some things down here. We'll check things out over halftime as the officials and Elliot Craig taking a look here up, just looking directly above. So as we wrap up the timeout here, the officials trying to check things out on the floor. We'll see if we get back to play here in just a second. Over in Pittsfield tonight, Liberty taking on Pittsfield. Pittsfield up 11-4 after one as the Sockies lead Liberty. You can also watch that game here live on Central Illinois Sports, as now we're checking things out. What appears to be some sort of leak, folks, over here. And now you can see some of the officials are really starting to get caught by it. There is some piping that runs up here above us. Eric Anderson taking a look at it as they're trying to see how much condensation is falling here. It has been raining most of the day, although I can't imagine it's been raining enough to be leaking through the roof. So what we are doing here is one of our officials is doing his best job to catch water. And, we've really been in some interesting situations here in the past few broadcasts of Central Illinois Sports. We were at the Bushnell Prairie City sectional last year between Illini or Camp Point Central and Peoria Christian when the fire alarm went off. They evacuated everyone in the gym, Jared, during the fire alarm. We believe, and no one ever came out and said it, but we believe it was most likely due to a popcorn machine that was located in the gymnasium area. But they came out, and Camp Point Central ended up winning the basketball game. But now we're going to see if we can wipe up some condensation here on the floor. Just under a minute to go here in the first half. It is a 21-15 basketball game. And if my wife is watching, we were ahead of schedule. Not going to be that now. But we are sitting here with just under a minute left to go as Elliot Craig is showcasing some fine mopping skills here, Jared. Working hard, the athletic director here at Beardstown. Eric Anderson discussing things over with the scorer's table as Wendy McClenning and crew having a nice little chuckle out of all this as well. Beardstown will be back here in action on Wednesday. They will not play tomorrow night. They will play the Suns in the nightcap coming up on Wednesday, November 22nd. The Silver Streaks will come back tomorrow night. They'll take on Brown County in the 6:30 game. Hartsburg-Endem faces Rushville in our opener at 5 o'clock, and West Central will take on the Unity Mustangs in their season opener at 8 o'clock here tomorrow night. And it looks like we're going to try and get back to action here. Brock Schmidt will be the inbounds man in front of the Galesburg bench. He's guarded by Demetrius Watson. Two players on each block for the Beardstown offense as they get into their inbound set. It's Thomas near the half line. Now back out to Brock Schmidt. He drives down the left side. Nothing there. It's Elijah Thomas, the dangerous sniper in the corner. Alhorn comes up for the high pick. Brock Schmidt steps back, drives into double coverage. He's got to get it back out. This is Conda. Conda drives down with the right line up with the right hand, and no good as he's going to get fouled by Curtis. Third foul of the quarter here against Galesburg. Darnell Curtis picks up the foul, his first personal foul. And Conda, Jordan Conda, will make his way to the free throw line. Conda, no points here early in the evening. First free throw is up off the left side of the iron and no good. Just 38 seconds left here in the opening half. We'll wrap up halftime during our Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Second free throw up from Conda. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Jack Pickrell. Crummer with the basketball. Gets it now to Wyatt. He's had a nice half. To Watson, back to Crummer. Thought about the three. Quickly gets closed in by Conda and can't make that happen. Steal by Brock Schmidt. Here comes Beardstown. Brock Schmidt up all the way to the left hand. Gets fouled by Crummer, and he'll go to the line for two. For Crummer, that's going to be his second personal foul. Team fourth of the quarter here for Galesburg.
Number 3, Keegan Crummer. His second, team fourth.
Team fourth
At
here.
the line, number 11, Isaac
So
Brockschmidt.
if Galesburg fouls again, Beardstown will be in the bonus situation for the remainder of the quarter, as Azari is going to check in here shortly, and Brock Schmidt gets the first free throw.
Checking in for the Tigers, number 34, Chris Chaklizo.
Chaklizo checks back in for
For the
Beardstown.
sharpshooters, number 1, Gabe Irizarry.
For the Silver Streaks, just called the Sharpshooters by our public address announcer here, and they do have some opportunities to knock down some shots. We've seen Wyatt knock down a couple. Last season, I do not remember the young man's name, came into this house and knocked down 5 first-half three-pointers for Galesburg. Izari fires one up. He knocks down the triple. There's the sharp shooting they just talked about on the PA.
Number 1, Gabe Irizarry.
23-18 as we wrap up the first half here. 6 seconds. 5. Brock Schmidt drives free throw line out to Thomas. Off the side of the iron, no good. Alhorn tries to fire it up at the end, and they say it's good.
Number 21.
Let's see if we can get a check of that on the Great Rivers Bank Central Illinois Sports Northwest side of the replay. No good. Alhorn tries to fire it up at the end, and they say it's gets good. It again. We're going to watch it one more time just because it's that fun. Alhorn's going to get it, tries to fire it up at the end, and they say it's good. Nice play for Rylan Alhorn as that takes us to the halftime break. You've reached the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. It's Beardstown 25, Galesburg 18. We'll be back with 2 minutes with halftime stats and shooting and more coming up on Central Illinois Sports.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Little Jess in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure that each customer's needs are satisfied. You can learn more online at littleJessMotor.com or stop by to see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. It's a 25-18 lead for the Beardstown Tigers over the Galesburg Silver Streak JV squad. Jared French has all of your halftime stats and more info.
First for the Silver Streaks, they were led in scoring by Jackson Wyatt with 8. Gabe Gazzari with 4. Kremer with 2. Watson with 2. And Raheem McClellan with 2. Silver Streaks finished 6 for 17 from the floor for 35% and 3 for 9 from the free throw line for 33%. Beardstown finished the first half 9 for 31 for 29% and 0 for 8 from the free throw line. Beardstown is led in scoring by Elijah Thomas with 10, Isaac Brockschmidt with 9, Alhorn with 2, Chakliza with 2, and Malumba with 2.
Tigers lead 25-18. They led 12-2 early on in this contest, and Galesburg was able to knock down a few shots, including a couple of triples by Jackson Wyatt, and get a few defensive stops to help keep this one close at halftime. We'll see what Mark Harden's crew is able to come out and do for Galesburg, and we'll see what adjustments Eric Anderson's crew does to try and close this one out and make the lead a little bit longer than what it is. It's a 7-point lead for the Tigers at half. We're back on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show here in 2 minutes.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777. The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Welcome you back here on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. 3 minutes until we begin the second half here, as it's a 25-18 lead for the Beardstown Tigers. Silver Streaks come into this contest. They were a little overwhelmed early by Beardstown's press, but have really started to pick some things up. We're still dealing with what appears to be some sort of leaky pipe that is here on what would be the right side of your viewing screen, just a few feet away from the Galesburg bench, right around the volleyball out-of-bound lines. You can probably see on the very far right of your screen that orange and black trash can that they have tried to sit there to make sure that the water does not pile up. They're probably going to keep track of this pretty tightly here over the second half, as you obviously don't want anyone to get injured or slip or fall. Once again, Pittsfield and Liberty. 31-25 lead for Pittsfield after 3 quarters. And you can catch the rest of the end of that one here as they're getting in the waning moments of that game here as well on Central Illinois Sports. We'll be here all week from Beardstown and Pittsfield. Put one game on your TV, put one game on your tablet or laptop, and you can keep track of both tournaments going on at the same time. We remind you, Damon Emmerich will have the home opener for the Griggsville Perry Tornadoes, one of the teams in the area that we expect to be talking about all season long in 1A, and they'll open their 2023-24 campaign against Pawnee with a Black Friday special starting at about 4:30. So expect to have Damon on around 4:15 for the pregame. Jack Hall, Bob Ray, Bob Larnigan and more will be at Illinois State as Camp Point Central will try to win a football championship in Class 1A. They will have to do it against the team that beat them last year, the Lena Winslow Panthers. And that will be going on at 10 a.m. It'll be an audio-only broadcast, of course, as the broadcast rights are taken care of through local media outlets all across the state of Illinois. We've got 1 minute to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, it's second half action here between Beardstown and the Galesburg Silver Streaks.
Go team go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome you back here on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show as we wrap up things during the halftime break. It's going to be Beardstown basketball to start this third quarter. Crowd has thinned out a little bit here tonight as we get into the later hours here of a Monday evening. Starting five here for Galesburg is going to be Crummer, Wyatt, McClellan, Kavunia, along with Watson. On the floor for Beardstown, it'll be Demetian, Brockschmidt, Alhorn, Malumba, and Thomas. Brockschmidt fires up an early three, and it rolls around and goes down. Isaac Brockschmidt, excuse me, as we get things reset here on the scoreboard, excuse me, and get the quick three from Brockschmidt in. It's a 28-18 lead now as Beardstown takes a 10-point advantage. Crummer with the basketball, no good. Up on the foul is Watson. He'll get hammered by Malumba and go to the free throw line. A quick foul here for Beardstown. Mulamba now has 4 personal fouls as Watson will go to the free throw line here. Pittsfield Saki's up 2 with 2:47 left in the contest as the first free throw is up and no good by Demetrius Watson. Chiclizo checks back in. Chris Chiclizo checks back in for Beardstown. Remind you all about Bowler's Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, and Saturdays 4 to midnight. Menu items from burgers, fries, and specialty pizzas, and those delicious craft beers. Grab one this weekend at Bowler's Universe in Pittsfield. It's a 28-19 as Watson gets the second free throw to fall. Tries to toss it into Alhorn as Thomas gets tipped away. Thomas fires up a three. No good. Fight for the rebound goes off the hands of Demetian along with Kavunia and goes out of bounds. It'll remain Beardstown basketball here. Chiclizo drives in along with Alhorn, nothing there. Now Chiclizo, the outlet man, and they pick it up, and now it's a loose ball on the floor. Brockschmidt comes up with it, gets fouled, no call. A lot of contact there on Brockschmidt, but he misses the layup, and now here come the Silver Streaks. It's Crummer with the basketball to Kavunia. Kicks it back out to Keegan Krumer. Drives down baseline, nothing there. Watson hesitates and drags the foot, and they say that'll be a travel. Turnover here on the Streaks. Beardstown basketball. A little bit of full court pressure here from Galesburg. And Brockschmidt will take the basketball up. Opening minute and 15 here of the third quarter. Brockschmidt drives left baseline, now back out to Thomas. He'll fire up another three, no good. And here comes Galesburg, but they quickly throw it away as Kavunia tried to find Watson. Mark Harden not happy with that play at all, and he'll send in some substitutes. Brockschmidt with the basketball guarded by Watson. Alhorn with the pick, rolls down. Brockschmidt drives by Wyatt and lays it up and in. A nice little up and under for Brockschmidt. 30-19. And now Brockschmidt has 14 points for the Tigers. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Darnell Curtis checking in here for Galesburg. Silver Streaks will get the basketball out of bounds here. Getting a man-to-man look here from the Tigers. Crummer tries to drive around Domitian, now gets into a double team you don't want to be a part of between Brock Schmidt and Domitian. And that's going to go out of bounds, and they say that'll stay with the Streaks. Curtis, the inbounds man, gets it now down to Wyatt in the corner. Beardstown basically allowing them to get these basketball inbounds passes where they want them to be and then trying to close in on the double team. And they're successful there as Wyatt can't handle the basketball. Gavin Epping will check back in here for Alhorn. Thomas will be the inbounds man on the full court pressure here from Watson as he comes up to pressure Brock Schmidt. 6 minutes left here in the third. Watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports, as we're so glad you're joining us along here on a cool Monday evening on your Thanksgiving week. Thomas goes up on the high play, nothing there as Domitian comes down. Chiclizo, 3-ball off the left side of the iron, no good. He's going to have to hustle to get it back in bounds, and he won't make it. It'll go out of bounds and be a Silver Streaks basketball. Full court pressure again now here from Beardstown. Man-to-man here as everybody's up for Galesburg. They try to throw it back. Now it's going to be a little bit of trouble. Watson's got to get it across the time stripe. A little bit of elbow into Brockschmidt. Officials let it play on. They get it to McClellan. Now to Wyatt on the right side. Ball fake around Chiclizo. Goes up and in. Nice little play from Jackson
Number
Wyatt.
42, Jackson
It's
Wyatt.
back to a 9-point basketball game here with 5:18 to go. Now they find Epping on the nice look from Thomas, but it gets stolen away from Crummer. Galesburg has an opportunity to close into this here for the closest they've been in a while. Crummer's free throw jumper is good. 30-23 contest. We're back to a 7-point game. 5 minutes left to go here in the third. Brockschmidt drives in, gets blocked by Curtis. Darnell Curtis comes up with the block, and now they've got to get rid of it. It's now to McClellan. McClellan tries to throw it down, but it's not a hard enough pass. Didn't have the distance, and Epping able to get his hands on it. It'll be a steal for the Tigers. Now they get it nice into Chiclizo. Domitian on the nice dime from Chiclizo, and he can't finish. Curtis behind the back dribble, and now he gets fouled as Epping's going to get him there on the drive. Gavin Epping will pick up the foul.
Foul is called on number 4, Gavin Epping.
Checking back in here is going to be Zach DeSalar. First time we've seen Zach here tonight. Zach DeSalar checking in. Junior guard here for the Tiger lineup as Wyatt will be the inbounds man for Galesburg. Gets it now down to Curtis. He'll try and drive baseline. Nothing there as Domitian gets up and gets his big paws on it. It'll be a turnover again for Galesburg. Down to the corner. DeSalar. 3-ball. The corner is good. Zach DeSalar
Number 3, Zach
comes
DeSalar.
in and quickly
Oh,
knocks down a 3, and it's back to a 10-point lead for Beardstown. Watson picks up his dribble away in the backcourt, and it's going to get kicked by Brockschmidt. .408 left to go. They're still manning all of that perspiration or condensation, whatever's falling from the sky. They're keeping an eye on it here. As Wyatt goes up for the up and under layup, can't get it. Rebound comes down into the hands of Epping, and here comes Beardstown. It's Thomas, back to Brockschmidt. He'll take the pick from Domitian. Goes back around to the right side. Thomas fires up another 3. That one falls short. Rebound comes down to the way of Beardstown. Domitian got it, gave it to Epping. They whip it around. Brockschmidt will try a 3. It's off the front of the iron, 2, no good. Thomas able to chase it down. A third chance here for Beardstown. Drive in from Brockschmidt. DeSalar thought about a second try and holds up on it. Eric Anderson says, let's space this back out and get a little reset. Domitian rolls around, can't get the short fadeaway jumper. Instead, they'll get it to Keegan Crummer. He'll try and bring the basketball up for Galesburg. Oh, and he tosses it right into the hands of DeSalar. DeSalar to Domitian. Domitian gets fouled by Curtis Hart. Christy Domitian will make his way to the free throw line as Galesburg picks up their first personal foul of the quarter with 3:07 left to go here.
Number 23, Darnell Curtis. His second.
Curtis will pick up the foul. It's going to be his second personal.
24, Christy Domitian.
Gabe Azari is going to check in on the next free throw along with Rylan Alhorn, excuse me. First free throw from Domitian is up and no good. Epping's going to take a seat along with Crummer for Galesburg. 3:07 left to go here. As we'll check things out here. There we go. Rebound on the way for Galesburg. They're going to take it down now. Into the corner is Azari. Azari tries to get it into Wyatt. It gets tipped away by Alhorn, and now McClellan gets a steal. Here comes Curtis. Curtis drives in the lane. Spin move against Brockschmidt. Nothing there. A little dipsy-do pass. And now here comes McClellan on the drive from Azari.
Number 32,
Rakeem McClellan on the nice dime from Azari. And it's a 33-25 contest. Thomas fires one up, in and out of the rim, no good. Wyatt comes down with the rebound. He's got to get rid of it as he is not a point guard. They'll throw it down now. It's another steal for Brockschmidt. Here comes Beardstown to Thomas, and Thomas will get fouled by Wyatt, and he'll go to the free throw line. Wyatt's going to pick up the personal foul. It's going to be the second of the quarter here.
Jackson Wyatt, his first, team second. At the line, number 1, Elijah Thomas.
Thomas will pick up the free throw opportunities here with 2:25 left to go in the third quarter. First one is up. Bounces off the back of the rim and no good, and now we're going to see Conda come back in.
Number 5,
Jordan Conda will check back in here for Beardstown. Elijah Thomas eyes up the second attempt. Makes the second. It's 34-25, back to a 9-point advantage here for the Tigers on their home floor on the first night of the Tiger Classic. Whipping the basketball around now. Here comes Wyatt. Throws things now down. It's Demetrius. Demetrius, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Rakeem McClellan. He's going to try and pull it back out. The streaks will reset. Demetrius Watson drives right side. Tries to dip it back down into McClellan. He can't get a hold of it as he dribbled into double coverage. Here comes Conda and the Tigers. Back to Brockschmidt on the left side. Elliott Craig out there sweeping that up every opportunity he gets. Something is definitely leaking here in Beardstown. They get it into Conda. Nice move from Conda up from 8 feet. Can't finish though, and it's Demetrius Watson with the rebound. Gets tipped away from Conda. Brockschmidt drives in, goes into triple coverage, almost knocks it down, but he'll go to the line for 2 instead, as Eric Anderson gives Conda a pat on the back for the hustle play. Foul's going to go against number 23. That's Darnell Curtis. His third personal foul, team third. Brockschmidt will be at the line here. 14 points for the senior tonight in his opening game of his senior campaign. First one is up and good, make it a 10-point advantage. As now Jack Pickrell is going to check back in for Galesburg. Chiclizo is going to check back in as Brockschmidt makes the second. It's an 11-point advantage. Largest lead of the night here for Beardstown comes right now with 1:34 left in the third. As we can see way down there on the scorer's table, they've got the football game pulled up, Jared. Guess we could see what the score is ourselves, but Watson travels with it as he tried to drive baseline and just got slipped up there. It'll be a turnover here in the Super Bowl rematch between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs happening tonight on Monday Night Football after both teams had a full bye week and an extra night to get prepared for this one. With the basketball is Chiclizo. Chiclizo, jumper from 8 feet, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Pickrell. He'll come down, he gets it down to Gabe Azari. Azari dribbles around into double coverage. He's got to get into the baseline. Here comes that trap now. Wyatt's got to get the basketball across, and it's going to be a 10-second violation against the Silver Streaks as the defense from Beardstown holds. Krumer checks back in. Demetrius Watson will take a seat. Zach DeSalar is going to sit in for Domitian. Jared, are there any more Domitian kids in the school system here that we need to keep an eye on in the upcoming years? Or we?
Not for a while.
Not for a while. Goodness gracious, those kids are some athletes. Less than a minute to go here in the third period. It's an 11-point lead for Beardstown as Alhorn's got the basketball. Tried to find Chiclizo. Chris didn't see the pass coming and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover against Beardstown. With the basketball is Curtis. Tries to drive in. Now tries to get into Pickrell. Pickrell's able to stumble around and keep it in play. Now to Wyatt. Wyatt gets it back down to Curtis. He'll fire up a three. Up, off, and over the back of the backboard, and it'll be out of bounds against the Silver Streaks. Again, this 11-point advantage is the largest of the night for Beardstown. They had a 10-point lead early, led 12-2, and it's never really gotten larger than that. Galesburg has been able to hang around and at least keep it within striking distance.
For the Tigers, number 24,
Christy Domitian sits down Alhorn, and it's going to be full court length of the go here with full court pressure from Galesburg. Elijah Thomas, the shifty, sharp sniper here for Beardstown with the basketball. Step back three. Off the front of the iron, no good. Krumer with the rebound. 25 seconds, and now we're going to get a foul against Beardstown. Third of the quarter here against the Tigers. Chiclizo gets his first personal foul. Now Conda's going to come back into the basketball game along with Epic.
Also checking in for the Tigers, number 4.
Who do we have stepping in here? It's going to be number 20, Parker McCoy.
Also checking in for the Tigers.
McCoy gets his first minutes here tonight as Domitian will take a seat. So it's to Salar, Conda, McCoy, Epping, and Chiclizo here to wrap up the third quarter for Beardstown. DeSalar gets his hands on it. He's going to get a steal. He's got to get rid of it, though, as he starts to slide out of bounds, and his balance takes him out. The hustle play from DeSalar ends up with an out of bounds. Eric Anderson says you can take a timeout, too, instead of trying to throw it in. Galesburg inbounds here with 18.1 seconds left in the quarter. And it'll be Krumer. Krumer with the basketball guarded by Conda. He's got to get it across the timeline. Conda strips him. Larceny misses the layup, though, and here comes Krumer. 10 seconds now. He's got to get it across as Galesburg's trying to get a final shot here. Instead, he's going to get fouled way in the backcourt by Conda.
Foul called on number 5, Jordy Conda, his second, team 4.
Team number 4 here. 5.5 seconds for Galesburg. They will get the basketball, barring a tie up here in the last 5 seconds. Krumer gets it across the timeline, dribbles around. He's got to get rid of it. It's Azari. Azari leaning three off the left side of the backboard and no good. And we reach the fourth quarter. Beardstown 36, Galesburg JV 25. We're back with fourth quarter play-by-play in 1 minute.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio, all at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Beardstown leads by 11. It's 36-25 after 3 quarters of play. Jared French has all of your statistics after 3.
Galesburg was 3 for 6 from the field and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Beardstown was 3 for 15 from the floor and 3 for 6 from the free throw line.
It'll be Silver Streaks basketball here to start the fourth frame. It's Kavunia, Krumer, Wyatt, Watson, and McClellan on the floor for Galesburg. Chiclizo, Brockschmidt, Thomas, Alhorn, Malumba, who now comes back in after sitting for quite a while with foul trouble here this evening, along with Thomas. Christy Domitian as well. Shot from Brockschmidt's no good. Thomas going to pick it up. He'll just fire one right back in and out of the rim. No good. Jackson Wyatt comes down with the rebound, and here comes Kavunia. He drives into the lane, tries to find McClellan, kicks it back out. Jackson Wyatt, 3-ball off the back of the iron is no good, and Brockschmidt will let that one roll out of bounds. Darnell Curtis will check back in here for Galesburg. Kavunia will take a seat. Suse Malumba will be the inbounds man here. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-point lead for Galesburg. as they look to close this one out and get an opening night win in their own floor in their own tournament. Brockschmidt drives past Demetrius Watson. Between the legs dribble on the Tiger pause. He gets a pick from Christy Demetian. Takes it out to the left side. Drives baseline up with the right hand on the runner. No good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Curtis. Here comes Galesburg. With the basketball is Krumer. Keegan Krumer. Now it's Wyatt firing up another three. In and out, no good. Comes down to Demetrius Watson. Kicks it back out to Curtis. Thought about the three. Doesn't like it because Brockschmidt's right in his way. Demetrius Watson will fire up the open three. No good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Elijah Thomas. 6:43 left to go here in this one. Brockschmidt with it. Cross-court pass stolen away from Krumer. Here comes Krumer. Steal. Larceny gets stripped away, though, from Thomas. It'll be out of bounds. Oh, on a foul, excuse me. Elijah Thomas is going to get the foul picked up here.
Foul called on number 1, Elijah Thomas.
His second, team first of the quarter.
At the line,
As Krumer's going to go to the free throw line.
Krumer.
Keegan Krumer at the line here for Galesburg. 4 points on the evening for the sophomore point guard. Lines up as it gets eerily quiet here in Beardstown. Misses the first one as McClellan and Jackson give him a little high five and say, let's get the second one in. Chiclizo will come in on the make for Beardstown. Second one is up and good. Chiclizo will check in for Alhorn here.
Number 34, Chris Chiclizo.
6:35 to go in this one. Thomas with the basketball, guarded out by Watson. He'll take it across the timeline here, and Beardstown will get ready in a 1-4 set. Watson kicks it back out to Demetian now. To Brockschmidt, dribbles around. Now to Elijah Thomas, guarded by Curtis. The big pick from Chiclizo. Fadeaway shot from Thomas, no good. Fight for it on the fountain, and McClellan's going to get the scrappy rebound there, and here comes Jackson Wyatt. Tosses it down to the corner. It's Krumer. 3-ball from the wing off the right side of the iron, no good. And here comes Thomas. Tigers are on the run. McClellan trying to chase him down. He's going to get the foul as McClellan tried to get the swooping block, and instead he's going to get the contact with Thomas, and Thomas will go to the free throw line.
Number 32, Rakeem McClellan. At the line at number 1, Elijah Thomas.
For McClellan, that'll be his second personal foul. First of the quarter here for Galesburg as Thomas knocks down the first free throw, and we're going to see Epping come back into the basketball game. 37-25, or excuse me, 26. Still that 11-point lead that Beardstown has not been able to extend any further. Second free throw, no good. Now Thomas comes down with a rebound. Quickly gets it out to Krumer. Here comes Krumer. McClellan thought about the pick on the right side, doesn't like it there, and they'll reset. Now they toss it into the big man down in the short corner. He gets double teamed and needs to get rid of it. Now they find Krumer slashing through the lane. He can't get it on the running 8-footer, and no good. And here comes Brockschmidt with the rebound. 5:28 left to go in this one. With the basketball as Brockschmidt drives into McClellan. Collision in air, and McClellan raises his hand and says, that's me. Brockschmidt now favoring a little bit of a knee and a calf there. That's not good. McClellan, now they think it might just be a cramp as Malumba trying to help him stretch it out. DeSalar will check in, presumably for Brockschmidt. Pierre Welcome is going to check in for Galesburg here after they figure out what is going on with Brockschmidt. He's on the ground on his back, both legs in the air. Kind of been favoring the left one after the collision and the fall to the ground. Malumba still got that left leg airborne for him. It might just be a little bit of a cramp. But either way, we're going to step aside here for 15 seconds, folks. We'll be right back on Central Illinois Sports.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with DOT, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose DOT.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now. It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
It gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
So Eric Anderson is going to take the timeout to allow Brockschmidt to get the free throws in. So we're going to step aside here for 30 seconds. We'll be right back on Central Illinois Sports.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Anderson takes the timeout. Brockschmidt's going to be allowed to shoot the free throws here. After being able to make it up under his own power, DeSalar will be checking in following the free throws. 5:23 left to go in this one. Beardstown 37, Galesburg JV 26. As Eric Anderson has been able to go deep into his bench tonight and give some kids some minutes here. And credit the Galesburg JV, who's been doing just enough to stay within striking distance here. Brockschmidt will miss the first one. Eyes up the second free throw, the senior. With 16 points tonight, make it 17. And that's going to make it a 38-26 contest. DeSalar comes back in. Beardstown still with full-court pressure here. Demetrius Watson with the basketball. Now DeSalar guards him 90 feet away from the hoop. To Wyatt. Wyatt just about traveled. And they say that it's going to be a timeout for Mark Harden as he wants to talk things over against this full-court pressure. We'll take a quick break. Come back with the rest of this one here on Central Illinois Sports.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Back from action after Mark Harden takes the timeout. The Streaks try to reset here against this pressure from Beardstown. With 5:15 left to go, they trail by 12 points here in the fourth quarter. With the basketball is Demetrius Watson. Gets it out there to Pierre Welcome, who has checked in here in the last minute. Jackson Wyatt with the highest arching three-pointer you'll probably see in this gym. Just about reached those leaky pipes that are up in the roof here tonight. Wyatt knocks down a three. It's 38-29 here, back to a 9-point deficit. 4:48 left to go here as Malumba's got the basketball. Drives to the lane, gets it back down into Epping. He'll kick it back out to Thomas on the left wing, and the Tigers will reset here. Elijah Thomas knocks down the three. A big triple there from Elijah Thomas. 41-29. As Thomas knocks it down, he's got 15 points here tonight. And we're going to have a foul here in the backcourt. Epping will pick up the foul. His third personal foul, team second of the quarter. As Pickrell will come back in for Galesburg. Rylan Alhorn will check back in here for Beardstown. DeSalar will take a seat for Beardstown. It'll be Galesburg basketball here. That three ball from Wyatt just went all the way up in the air and then all the way back down through the net. Krumer with the basketball. Keegan Krumer kicks it over to Watson on the right side. He tries to kick it through too many guys and now gets stripped away from DeSalar. Here comes Christy Domitian. Up with the layup, the steal, and the layup for Beardstown. It's a 43-29 ball game here. Beardstown getting to work on a lot of things here tonight against this junior varsity squad. And Eric Anderson getting to go deep into his bench.
Foul called on number 24,
As Domitian picks up the foul. Also getting to work a lot on this full court pressure that they'll need against some of these teams they're going to play in 2A this season. Brockschmidt checks back in. Wyatt will be the inbound man. 3:58 left here to go. But credit this JV squad from Galesburg. They have been scrappy. They keep fighting. They knock down shots when they need to, and they've stayed within a stone's throw away of at least keeping this a competitive contest. With the basketball is Brockschmidt. Now to Alhorn on the right elbow. Now back over to DeSaller. DeSaller fires up a three off the back of the iron. In and out, no good. Brockschmidt, he'll try a second one, and it's good. Isaac Brockschmidt knocks it down. 46-29 now, as Brockschmidt tallies up more. Give him 20 points on the night for the talented senior, and Mark Harden wants to talk this one over. It's 46-29. The Galesburg boys take a timeout. We will take it too, and we're going to come back here in 30 seconds.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Galesburg trying to hold on here. Beardstown starting to pull away in the last 3 minutes. Now it's 46-29. What once was a 10-point lead and what was once down to actually a 7-point lead in this quarter has quickly ballooned out, back now to about 16 points. Or 17, excuse me. Krumer with the shot. Off the front of the iron, no good. Watson tries to fight for the rebound. He'll pull it back out. Krumer again now quickly gets it into McClellan. Kicks it back out opposite side. That's Wyatt off the back of the iron on the three-ball attempt. DeSaller with the rebound. With the basketball now, this is DeSaller back to Elijah Thomas, who's taken his share of three-pointers tonight. With the basketball is Brockschmidt, drives left, nothing there. He'll pull it back out and gets it back out to Exuse Malumba. Malumba goes in up and under with the right hand, falls off the rim and doesn't fall in, and Wyatt will get the rebound. You're going to see some substitutes come in here for Galesburg on the next dead ball. Malumba with the steal. He pushes it ahead to Thomas. No numbers, so Thomas will fire up a three. It's good for Elijah Thomas.
Number 1, Elijah Thomas.
And it's a full-fledged 20-point lead for the Tigers. Curtis goes and knocks it in, and it's going to be a foul.
Darnell Curtis with the basket.
Curtis with the basket.
Foul called on number 21.
And they're going to say that's on Alhorn, as Alhorn kind of tried to claim the foul there to keep it away from Malumba. That would have been Malumba's fifth. Alhorn raises his hand to quickly take it, and the officials oblige. So a nice play from Darnell Curtis to get the basket. He'll go to the line for the three-point play. Guys in here for Galesburg. Jacoby Thomas is number 4. Number 2 is Shadrach Bizau. Shadrach Bizau. We are probably saying that wrong. We'll fix it tomorrow. Three-point attempt for Curtis is good. It's a 49-32 ball game with just over 2 minutes to go here in this one. Also checking in was number 10, Grace Nasuti for Galesburg. Domitian with the basketball, pulls it out, now gets it back to Thomas. Conda with it. Domitian gets the tip-in basket. Christy Domitian with a tip-in basket, and it's 51-32. We'll get the quick timeout here, I believe, to get some substitutes in. Guys checking in here for Beardstown, Parker McCoy, number 20, along with 35, Ethan Heller. And then Tanner Riddell checks back in, number 42. Brockschmidt will call tonight. Elijah Thomas will call tonight. A 20-point night for Isaac Brockschmidt to begin his senior campaign. Heller gets the basketball, but they say he travels. We'll wrap things up on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Get you ready for night 2 here coming up tomorrow night, as now Eric Anderson's going to grab a few more substitutes. Number 33 checks in. That is, you're going to have to help me with this one. Debbie. Am I getting that right? Debbie Javier Mena checking in here for Beardstown. 3 ball on the way from number 2. Shadrach Bazao goes down and good. It's a 51-34 basketball game. We had a point wrong there. We'll take it away. 3 ball on the way from DeSoller is the answer. 54-34 as the threes are flying here in Beardstown. 1:20 left to go in this one. Curtis with the basketball. Tries to dish it underneath, and it gets stolen by Heller, but he's right at the baseline as they were trying to find Nasuti. And it's going to be Galesburg basketball here. 1:09 left to go. 3 games coming up tomorrow night for you here from Beardstown, 2 more from Pittsfield. We hope you'll join us alongside on Central Illinois Sports, or better yet, make your way out to one of these basketball gyms as these kids entertain you as the new season tips off here tonight. It's going to be a foul on Beardstown here. As Javier Mena picks up the foul. 5th foul, we believe, of the quarter here. Davey Javier Mena. Davey Javier Mena picks up the foul, so Curtis will go to the free throw line here for bonus shots. Again, 2 bonus shots now. No more 1-and-1s in high school basketball, or junior high for that matter, in the state of Illinois. We're done with that. It's 2 or nothing now. First free throw is up and no good for Curtis with just under a minute left to go here in this one. We'll get to see the Hartsburg-Emden Stags and the Rushville Industry Rockets kick things off for us here tomorrow night as the second free throw from Curtis is up and good. It's a 19-point game. McCoy with the basketball, now Riddle. Back down to DeSoller, who almost kind of slips on his own ankle there, unfortunately. That looked a little scary. The crowd is chanting, give it to Parker. Mena fires one up. No good. With the basketball now is Bizal. 3 on the way, no good from Jacoby Thomas. Rebound on the way is up and good for Grace DeSuti.
Number 10, Grace Nutzi.
DeSoller fires one up on the left wing. And that one's going to go out of bounds. It's 16 seconds left to go. Conda will check back in here. As DeSoller might have tweaked his ankle there a little bit. That didn't look great when he kind of landed that way and kind of twisted just a hair. So they'll get DeSoller on the bench. As Conda will check back in here for the final few seconds of this one. Beardstown get some nice work in here tonight against the JV squad from Galesburg. Get some nice work on their full court press tonight. Able to get some things going here in the second half, and they're going to pull out the win here this evening. Beardstown defeats the Galesburg JV squad 54-37. We've reached the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, where we've got final statistics and wrap up night 1 of the tournament coming up for you here in a couple of minutes.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Kroc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy. No squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to. But I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
GSI Grain Bins, maximize your profitability. From the initial site to developing your custom grain storage plan to the completion of the project. Mixer Lumber Company, we will be with you every step of the way. Mixer Lumber Company, your trusted GSI grain bin dealer.
Beardstown gets the opening night win in their own tournament on their own floor. A 54-37 win over the Galesburg Junior Varsity squad. Jared French has all of our statistics here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show.
First for the Silver Streaks, they were led in scoring by Wyatt with 13, Kramer with 5, Lazari with 4, Curtis with 4, Bizow with 3, Watson with 3, McClellan with 2, and Insudi with 2. Silver Streaks finished the game 12 of 30 from the floor for 40%, 7 for 14 from the free throw line for 50%. For Beardstown, they were led in scoring by Isaac Brockschmidt with 20, Elijah Thomas 18, Zach Vizala with 6, Christy Domitian with 4, Rylan Alhorn with 2, and Chris Chakliza with 2. Beardstown finished the game 18 for 59 from the floor for 30% and 7 for 20 from the free throw line for 35%.
Post-game stats brought to you by Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services from primary and specialty care to emergency medicine. Illini is here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org or blessinghealth.org. 3 games coming your way tomorrow here from night number 2 of the Beardstown Thanksgiving Tiger Classic. Kicks off at 5 o'clock, Hartsburg-Emden taking on the Rushville Industry Rockets. First time we will see the Stags is tomorrow night. At 6:30, Brown County takes on these Galesburg sophomores that you just saw. And then the nightcap will be the West Central Cougars taking on the Menden Unity Mustangs as they make their entrance into the field here as well. For Brian Shoemaker, along with Jared French and G-Money, Gavin Hilgenbrink running things on the camera for us here tonight. We are so very happy, honored, and humbled that you have chosen to spend your hard-earned dollars and well-earned time supporting high school basketball and watching us live here on Central Illinois Sports. We remind you tomorrow night, 3 games here at Beardstown, 2 at Pittsfield. Get one on your tablet, get one on your TV, and watch both at the same time. My name is Brian Shoemaker. We will see you tomorrow night here from Beardstown High School.